Hey guys, how we doing? Well, we got to do a little cleaning once in a while. As you can see, I got some of that cleaned up. The girls are here. You ready? You want a cookie? Yeah. Daphne always will take cookies. Daphne, you too. Come on, Cece. Everybody wants some cookies? Oops, sorry about that. That one's getting a little fat. I don't know if that's cookies or babies. You dropped that. Hey, we better kind of keep up what's been going down. If you'll notice, we got the black bellies. I don't have any mouflons anymore. There's no mouflons out there. I decided it was time to sell the mouflons. I'll explain that in just a bit of why I was going to do what I was going to do. But the other day I decided to put an ad in. Had to get them all loaded up. I was able to get them all taken care of by myself. I got them loaded up. Had a guy come out, pick them up. But just as you're seeing as I'm loading them up and that type of stuff, the stuff you got to go through there, that's kind of why I decided it was time to do something other than the mouflons. I'll tell you, they're a little wild, they're a little crazy, and you know, that's just part of what you get with the mouflons. That's what I loved about them when I started. I always said it was more like raising deer than it was like raising sheep, and that was kind of neat. But it's getting to the point I'm not getting any younger, and I kind of look at the market out there of what there is to sell, and I really do believe there's going to be a lot better market for the painted desert sheep and the black belly sheep than there's going to be for the mouflons. The mouflons really they appeal to a lot of people, but I don't think nearly as much as the black bellies or the painted desert. So that's why I decided I wanted to move in that direction. I think there's going to be a bigger market for them, and I think they're just going to be easier to work with, because sometimes those mouflons can be a little interesting to work with them on some occasions. So that's our newest thing now for 2021 is going to be. We're going to look here. I've got a few feelers out, starting to look a little bit, and I may have something found out. We'll find out here shortly. I'm working on something. As soon as I have something, we got something we know for sure, I'll let you guys know. It's going to kind of a tough time of the year. We're here in January. If anything's bred, you don't want to move them too soon if they're getting close, so they got to be far enough out. But there's not a lot of painted desert sheep this far north in Nebraska. I can go farther south and get them, and that's fine, but do I want to bring them back here in January if I go too far south? And if you go a little ways south, everybody's breeding so much earlier than we breed here. So then you're finding out they're getting a little bit too close. I'm starting to run into that, but we'll work on that. Tell you what, I'm going to hang on. I'm going to hang the camera up here so I don't have to keep holding on to it the whole time. Hang on, there we go, a little bit. All right, now I don't have to hang on to that the whole time. All right, so we got that coming up. I mentioned before I was going to bring these girls in and draw blood on them, and that way we do find out if they're bred, do a preg check on them. I decided I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let it go, and I'm just going to, what happens happens. I figure he's staying with them, so it doesn't really matter. We're going to leave Red there. Probably in March, we'll put Red back up with the other rams or something. I'm not sure what we'll do as of that yet. Haven't talked about it. But I thought, I'm not even going to bring them in and hassle with them. Let's just, what we have is what we have, and we're just going to kind of go from there. So we'll see what we end up getting that way. Oh, before I forget, sometimes on YouTube, when you're watching the videos, sometimes you'll ask me a question, and I mentioned this in another video. YouTube won't let me respond to the comments. I'll see I get a comment from somebody, and then I'll go there, and YouTube is like, "Nah, there ain't no comment here." And I can't reply to the comments when you leave one. I don't know what the problem is with YouTube or what they're having, but here's the deal. I have a Facebook page, Full Curled Trophy Sheep. There's a Facebook page. I have an Instagram page now, Full Curled Trophy Sheep. I have a website, Full Curled Trophy Sheep. Email, fullcurltrophysheep@gmail.com. I'm going to put links to all that down in the description. Anything you got questions, you want to ask me something, if you don't leave a comment here, send me an email. Send an email, check the website. That's going to have to make some major changes in the website. I'm going to have to make some changes on that because I'm going a little bit different direction with the breeding program. But if you want to get a hold of me, the easiest way, Gmail, send it to my email address. Check out Facebook page. Check out the Instagram account, that's fairly new, so we're just starting with that. But I wanted a lot of ways that people can contact me, because for whatever reason, YouTube sometimes won't let me answer comments. Don't know why, but I hate it when somebody asks me a question and I can't answer it. I hate when that happens, and it's just happening too often as far as I'm concerned with YouTube. So I want to let you know that. Check those pages out, places you can get a hold of me if you really need me for something. Oh, one other thing. I've been thinking the other day about this with genetics, and basically because as I'm looking to get into painted desert sheep, I'm looking for registered sheep. I figured registered sheep will give you a better price for your sheep when it comes time to sell them. Might open up a few more markets for you. But everybody talks genetics, and I got to thinking the other day, usually when you're talking genetics, if you're raising horned hair sheep, you're talking about horns on the rams, how big are horns, how fast do they grow their horns, and all that kind of, that's what most people look for when they're talking genetics. But I want to mention something else on genetics with the ewes. Now, you can also have the ewes are a good producer of big rams or whatever, but even with the few I got right here, I have 2 ewes we picked up, same location, totally opposites. All right, one's kind of friendly. The other one usually spent most of his time with the mouflons because it was more like a mouflon. And yet those 2 came right together from the same place. Now today, as I'm feeding them, sometimes giving them animal crackers, they come up, and the friendly ewe, she's right here, and I noticed her lambs that are there. I kept back 2 ewe lambs from her. They're kind of right in behind there, and they're starting to eat some animal crackers. But the other ewe, the one that was a little squirrely, has never had an animal cracker. If I'm here, she probably won't even leave that pen over there. But the key is I saved back her ewe lamb and it's back there with her. So when we're talking genetics, a lot of times we're going to talk like mother, like daughter. They are going to be a lot the same. Right now I'm trying to build a flock, so I'm pretty much keeping everything within the ewes. But when it comes time, when I start getting more and I can start letting a few go, that ewe and her daughter, your ewe lamb from this year that stay with that, they're the first ones to go. They're gone because every lamb she produces is probably going to be just like her. It's going to be squirrely just the way she is. And the one that's up here close by me, the one that's friendly and has her twin ewe lambs right here by me, guess what? About everything she produces is probably going to be friendly too. That's kind of the way it works. Daphne, the one that takes the cookies from me or take the animal crackers from me, last year she had ram lambs. I'm hoping this year, I hope she has ewe lambs this year, because I definitely want to keep anything from her. So sometimes when you're thinking genetics and you're starting your own flock or thinning your flock, always think about not so much the horn growth too, but which ones are the friendliest ones, because the squirrely ones are probably always going to produce squirrely offspring. That's just kind of the way that stuff works. So, all right, I think that's all I got this time around. I know more about the paints here within the next couple of weeks. I'll be back and I'll let you know about that. Thanks for sticking with me. Subscribe to the channel if you would. Hope to see you again real soon.